on the first day of Epcot's Festival of the Holidays. Today we are here to explore all the food this festival has to offer. This is the ultimate foodie guide to the Festival of the Holidays. Well, we have a lot to eat today, so I say we get right into it. Let's head to our first food booth. Here we are at the Noche Buena Cocina. They're cooking up some Spanish food here, and as soon as I walked by, I knew I had to stop. This booth is located over by the test track area, and we usually hit up the booths over here first before making our way into the showcase. So I'm gonna hop in line and get our first food. They had a couple of things on the menu here that interest me. They had a spiced chocolate cookie that had a warm, non-alcoholic beverage that I was very tempted to get, but I decided to get the pernil, and my bro is here and he got the impossible tamale. You're bald! I'm bald! The pernil is served on top of a tostone, and then it also has almost like what looks to be like a chimichurri sauce. It was supposed to have some mayo ketchup on there, but you know me, got it without. Nonetheless, it looks really good and smells super flavorful, so let's dig in. Okay, so I cut off a piece of the tostone, and let me say, it was very difficult to cut, so I don't know, maybe it's not gonna be too promising. Put some pork in there with some of that little chimichurri sauce.
Yeah, it's your turn.
In terms of the tostone, it has almost no flavor and it's very dry. However, that pork on top is delicious. It's juicy, and that little chimichurri sauce just provides like the perfect flavor, fresh flavor. And I want to say this was $5.50. The portion is huge for $5.50. There is a lot of meat on here. Next time, I think I would ask for even more of that chimichurri because I really love the flavor of it. I went in for a second bite with even more of that chimichurri sauce on there. It is just so garlicky, so limey, and just packed full of flavor. I am telling you, if the tostone was a little bit better, this would be easily a top 3 dish at the festival for me. It still might be because that pork was just that good and I really enjoyed it that much. But yeah, tostone needs some work. It's time to try the next dish, which is going to be the plant-based impossible tamale. Ryan picked that up. He already had a bite and said it was not that good, so we'll see what I think. Here's the thing. I love the flavor of the mole sauce that's on top of this. I think it adds a really nice smoky flavor. However, there is no contrast of textures in this dish. I need a little something crunchy on top of this. It's like almost eating just a pile of mush. But unlike Ryan, I actually think the flavor is pretty good. And if you are vegan or eating plant-based, I think this might be a pretty good option for you. If they put a little crunchy, like maybe tortilla strip, I don't know, something, this would be perfect. I mean, I guess a tamale doesn't necessarily ever have anything crunchy on top. I just think for me personally, to round out this dish and just make it more well-rounded, I needed something a little bit crunchy in there, you know? Well, so far we are off to a really good start. I liked both of the dishes that we tried at Noche Buena Cocina. I thought they were both two pretty solid options. And now we have made our way around the corner to where they usually have the fry basket, the donuts box booth, over even closer to Test Track. You can hear Test Track right there, and we were surprised that there's not a booth here this year. The booth itself is still standing here and looks like they could have something. They usually have like a bunch of different flavors of donuts here for Festival of the Holidays, but looks like they're not utilizing it this year.
Yeah, I do not know why they don't have the donut booth here.
Okay, so we kept it moving over to the Odyssey. This is actually where you can meet Santa during Festival of the Holidays, and they have their holiday hearth desserts booth in here. So I guess this kind of took over like the donut booth. But yeah, we're gonna head inside and grab a bunch of stuff. Right here we have the mint chocolate mousse wreath. Next door we've got the salted caramel spaceship earth cookie, and then this, the main event. This is the one that I've been looking forward to trying. This is like an apple crumbled caramel cake type of situation. It looks so good. Why not start with the spaceship earth cookie? I cut it in half and I was actually surprised to see there's like caramel in the middle there between the two cookies. Let's take a bite. Let me tell you, I am shocked. This is actually delicious. The cookies are super, super soft. I love the crispy sugar on top, and then the caramel is just like that perfect hint of sweetness in between the not too sweet cookies. This is a really good dessert. They pretty much have that Spaceship Earth cookie every year, and I can't believe I've never gotten it. I thought it always just looked basic, I guess. That's why. But yeah, I'm glad I got it this year because I actually really enjoyed that. Now for the moment I've been waiting for it, the apple crumb cake. Whew, this looks good.
I wanted that one.
I just got a whole chunk of apple. Wow, that is so good with the crumbs on top. A little bit of crunch on there as well. Ooh, that is a good dessert. They used to have a dessert very similar. I don't know if they still do. It was called the apple cake, but spelled with an E, over in Norway at Kringla Bakery, and that was my favorite thing to get over at the bakery there. And this is reminding me of it a lot. It just has like even more crumbs and like more of that frosting on top. This is delicious. When you do get a bite of that apple cake with some of the cake in there, the cake is super moist. And as soon as I saw the menu and that on the menu, I thought of Ryan. Ryan is like the biggest like apple crumble fan out there. So what did you think?
I have it in my will that one of them has to be buried with me in my casket now because I just upped it. I just got off the phone with the lawyer and I was like, this is to die for, literally. It's really good.
We both loved it. Okay, so now we are gonna dig into this mint chocolate wreath situation. That's trippy. It looks like mint ice cream in the center there. It looks exactly like mint ice cream.
Wow.
Let's try a little bite here. Out of all the desserts I tried from this booth, I think this is probably my least favorite. Every time I have a mint dessert, I need a good amount of chocolate to complement it, and this doesn't have enough chocolate in there for me. I feel like it needs some type of fudge maybe in the center, or maybe a fudge just below in between the mousse itself and the chocolate cookie on the bottom. I need more chocolate. Without the chocolate, it's not my favorite. After coming out of the Odyssey, naturally our next stop is gonna be here in Mexico, where they actually have a bunch of new menu items, new to the Festival of the Holidays. So I think we are gonna get a couple. But before we do, I wanna mention that the festival booths that opened later for the Food and Wine Festival for the Disney 100 celebration, which I think is ridiculous, are still open for this festival. So that's weird. Well, here we are on the good old trash can dining. I will never understand how you have a festival booth. Oh, a table just opened up right over there. There's a festival booth and only four tables. How is that it? All right, so before we get started with any of the food from Mexico, I grabbed myself the apple margarita. I think, is it apple pie? Apple something margarita, and it smells really good. Let's try it out. That's strong. I don't know if I like it. I can't tell. It's a very bad aftertaste. I don't know. $14 for this little cocktail glass of a margarita. I say head inside to La Cava and grab yourself one of the bigger ones for around the same price. I think they're a little bit better. Okay, speaking of prices, we have another highway robbery of a food item here in Mexico. This is the giant tostada. It's advertised as giant, and it's pretty much the same size as any tostada I've ever seen. $11.50 for this thing. $11.50. It looks good, but it doesn't look like there's enough chorizo or anything on this to warrant $11.50. But you know, we'll see. There's some black beans, some of that chorizo, pickled onion, some salsas, and some sour cream. Let's take a big old bite of this.
That's great.
I just dropped $1 worth of tostada. I need another bite, because that bite I literally just got black beans and tostada. Okay. The flavor is actually so good. This is really tasty. I love the freshness from the green salsa on there. A little bit of tiny bit of spice from the red salsa, the creaminess from the sour cream. Definitely needs more chorizo in there, and they need to drop the price tag, and then I'd get it every time. It's really, really good, but the $11.50 just turns me away, but it's tasty. If you feel like dropping $11.50 on a single tostada, I recommend you get it. And if you do get this tostada, I recommend you be smarter than me and eat it over your plate and over the table so that you don't drop a couple dollars worth of your tostada on the ground and on your shirt, just like me. The drippings here. If you guys know me, if I spend $14 on a single beverage, I will be drinking every damn last sip of it. So I'm still gonna finish this apple margarita while we head to our next country. Turns out the more the ice melted in that apple margarita, the better it got. So as I was walking over here, it got a little bit better for me, but we did skip a couple of countries and we made it to Germany, which every single year is my favorite booth here at Festival of the Holidays. I like the entire menu at Germany. I think it's all so good. So still a little bit of a clean sweep maybe. We have entertainment while we wait, and this is the longest line I've seen at the festival today, and rightfully so, because I love this booth. Well, we finally got all of our items from Germany. Everything is a returning item. Everything I get every single year. And if you guys watched my video from Festival of the Holidays last year, you'll know my little secret menu hack that I do every time I come to this booth. And I can't wait to show you guys who are new and haven't seen it before. So I get the pork schnitzel. You get the pork schnitzel. We got the cheese fondue. And I cut a little piece of the pork cutlet off and I dip it in the cheese fondue. Mic drop. Bam. It is so good. But let's just do this cheese fondue on its own here. It's like a beer cheese. It's so sharp and so yummy. The bread is nice and crusty here. They also give you a piece of zucchini, some carrots, and potatoes to dip in there. I think the bread and the potatoes are the best, but what's better than the bread and potatoes is the pork cutlet. So I'm gonna try a bite of the pork cutlet on its own, and then I'm gonna dip it in here. And I will say with this pork cutlet, they used to actually give you 2 little cutlets here. Now they only give you 1, so they're taking the value away a little bit by cutting the portion, but I bet it's still as yummy as ever, and I am fully equipped in my pockets. Where's my knife? I think my knife fell, but I have another one. This is a good thing about it being like a little chilly out. I can wear a vest, and then I just store all of my stuff in my vest pockets. So on our schnitzel here, we have obviously the pork cutlet. They also put a little mushroom type sauce on it. We've got some spatzel and then some red cabbage here. I don't even need any of that other stuff. I just need this yummy, crispy pork. A little mushroom on there. I love a mushroom gravy. I think it complements meats so well. But what complements this even more, you guys know. Cheese fondue. How good does that look? Bite of the festival right there. I'm telling you, come to Germany, come to Bavaria Kitchen, get you the pork, get you the cheese fondue, dip it right on in. You will not be disappointed. It's truly amazing.
Are you gonna try the same with the cookie? Are you gonna dip it in the fondue?
Yes, so I was actually going to dip the Linzer cookie right into that cheese fondue. No, I will not do that. I won't. I'll spare myself and you guys watching that. But this is the Linzer cookie here. It's like 2 shortbread cookies with some jam in the center. Let's bust this on open here. Ooh. This is usually one of my favorite desserts here at the festival. I don't know though. The Holiday Hearth desserts did step it up this year, but this is another good one. Let's have a bite. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I like butter like shortbread cookies that aren't very sweet. And I love a jam-filled cookie. It reminds me of like an Italian cookie that I used to get back in New Jersey, where it's just like those 2 cookies filled with jam. It's like a long cookie, and then they dip the one side in chocolate and coat it in sprinkles. That's what the jam in the center reminds me of, so I really, really enjoy it. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. Just about every single time I come to Epcot while Festival of Holidays is going on, I go to Germany and get the cheese fondue and the pork. And the other stop that I always make sure to hit when I'm in Epcot during this festival is over in France. They have one of my favorite drinks. So those are like my 2 must stops. I always hit up Germany. It's one of my favorites, but we are on to the next, which I think the next is gonna be Italy, which usually has some of the worst food at every festival. But I think we're gonna give it a chance. We're gonna give it a try. I give it a try every single festival, then every single time I'm still let down and I'm like, why did I do that to myself? But I still do it every time, so let's eat some bad food in Italy. Inevitable, it's inevitable. Okay, so we just made our way to Italy and I came to look at the menu. Honestly, everything is kind of enticing. Everything sounds good. I don't know how it's gonna taste, but would you take a look at the prices? This is the cheapest Italy menu I've ever seen at any festival. Usually everything is like 10, 11, 12, and 13 plus dollars. We only have one thing, $10 and above, so I'm impressed so far. Before we eat this food from Italy, let's address the elephant in the room here. Ryan and I are matching. We are wearing nearly the exact same color long sleeve situation. Of course, I got my LBV Snoap Co shirt on, link in the description for that. They're having a good Black Friday sale, by the way. And then we're both wearing a black vest. This was totally unintentional.
Not planned whatsoever. I pulled up to parking. She's like, "Oh my god."
It's just like sibling intuition. Like he walked up to my car and I opened the door. I'm like, you've got to be joking me. But yeah, we're twinning. Siblings or twins? Let's start with this pasta first. It's essentially just farfalle pasta with some Alfredo sauce and then tiny, tiny baby chunks of salmon. So $10 for this, I already don't think it's gonna be good, but we'll try. I mean, it's not bad, but I would literally prefer to go to Olive Garden and get a giant plate of chicken Alfredo.
And you'd get endless breadsticks there too.
And soup, salad, way more. It's fine. I don't hate it, but they literally took a box of pasta, boiled it, put some probably or bagged Alfredo sauce, and cut up little tiny, I mean, like there are like maybe 5 chunks of salmon in this whole dish, this size. I don't know. I couldn't recommend this. So now we are on to the savory option of the fried pizza dough. They have like a savory one with tomato sauce and Parmesan, and then they have a sweet one, which we're gonna try after this. It's very moist. Sauce seeping through right through the bottom. I had intended to only take a bite of that, but then it all kind of came in at once. It's not bad. Like, it's pretty tasty, but I actually kind of like it. I forget the price of this. I believe it was around $8.
$8.50, something like that?
Something like that. Definitely not worth that price, I'll tell you that. But I kind of like the flavor. I think the tomato sauce that they're using on this is actually really good. I wish they maybe had some like mozzarella cheese on this too, like some melty mozzarella or some ricotta. Oh my god, some ricotta cheese on this would be perfect. But it's pretty tasty. And I have to say, this might be one of the best things I've ever had at the Italy booth, which isn't saying much because I usually hate everything there. But I do not hate this. Right onto the sweet ones, same thing, that house-made pizza dough, but coated in sugar. I'm more of a savory person, so I don't know if I'm gonna like these ones better, but we are gonna try. It's actually really good. Italy booth, you have shocked me. I like both of these pizza dough dishes. I don't know how house-made this dough is. They could be lying about that one, but man, they're both good. These remind me of like little zeppelis. I used to get zeppelis at my like hometown church fair all the time, and these remind me of them. Just coated sugar instead of powdered sugar, but I like it. Ryan is a liar. He really liked these.
Please don't record me saying this. Listen, all I said is that it is not authentic to Tuscany, which is the name of the
well, it's not. You'd be correct with that.
You could get these if you order online through Pizza Hut.
These taste way better than Pizza Hut. Get out of here.
Really good, but they're not Italian. That's what I come to Epcot for, is to get real Italian food. Okay?
Yeah. Well, they're tasty, so there's that. Well, if I could only get one thing from that booth, it would be the sweet pizza dough. Ryan and I both really enjoyed that. But we're keeping it moving onto America. We're gonna check out what they have over there. Well, we made it to America, and I'm taking a look here. The offerings are slow roasted turkey, blackened catfish, and a gingerbread cookie. None of that really stands out to me. Ryan is a creep. But something that I am seeing down here is the Crooked Can Brewing Company Bah Humbug IPA. I'm not really in the mood for another beverage, and I know I'm getting one in France, so I'm not gonna get this one, but I do love Crooked Can. Crooked Can is a local brewery in Winter Garden, right by Disney World. If you guys ever get the chance to go anywhere off property at Disney and wanna check out something off property, I highly recommend you head to Crooked Can. The brewery is amazing. They have some awesome like food vendors in the little market area there. The beer is amazing, which is why I kind of was tempted to get that. But yeah, check out Crooked Can. They usually have some really awesome stuff, and it's just a good time over there. Well, here we are in Japan, where they have some returning favorites. The sushi tree, I know they pretty much always have. I'm pretty sure this soba is returning as well. And I'm pretty sure this down here is new. It's a sweet potato mochi cake. Gotta try it. Recently, I have been obsessed with mochi. My entire For You page is people going to Japanese and Korean convenience stores, like 7-Eleven, and I love it. Like, when I tell you, like, I could watch people going to 7-Eleven in Japan quite literally all day and be entertained. It is one of the main reasons I really am dying to visit Japan, other than Tokyo Disneyland. But I took my love for watching videos like that, and I visited an Asian market that we have in Orlando called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's called Lotte Market. And they have a bunch of different things that you can find in like all different types of Asian countries. And one of the things that I got from there that I tried was mochi, and it was my first time having them like just a couple of weeks ago, and let me tell you, I can't stop eating them every time I have a mochi. So this is gonna be a really interesting take on it. The only mochi that I've tried has been like fruit flavored, so I'm interested to see how a sweet potato mochi is. I don't know, we'll see, guys. So it's not a full mochi. It's a mochi cake. So for my next bite, I dipped it in the purple sweet potato cream here, and we're gonna give it another bite here. I just love the texture of mochi. Honestly, with that sweet potato cream, it's really good. I do like it. I really like it. I'm telling you, that sweet potato cream bumps it up to the next level. This is delicious. We have made it into France, where we're gonna get some beverages. One thing that I get every year and I absolutely love, and then a second beverage that I believe to be brand new. You know, I might be double-fisted in France, but when it's the first day of Festival of the Holidays, you must. And also, it started raining again, so the umbrella has been broken out, and I'm gonna hop in line. We'll just start with the tried and true here. Yes, I am double fisting. I got the caramel iced coffee here, and then the frozen hot chocolate. You just have to, but I am going to start with the frozen hot chocolate because it's my favorite every year. This is so good. It tastes like frozen chocolate milk. You can barely taste the alcohol in it, which is like good and bad, but I know in France they have a very heavy pour, so I'm not actually worried about the amount of alcohol in there, even though I can't taste it. Man, that is so good. Me and Maria actually had the frozen hot chocolate together last year, and we both agreed it tastes like a Wendy's chocolate frosty.
Yeah, with some alcohol in it that you can't taste. Win-win.
It's delicious. But now I've got to try this coffee. My beverage of choice is an espresso martini, so when I see a boozy coffee on a menu, you know I'm getting it. That is good. Oh my god. I need to bring my friend Allie here, because just like me, she loves espresso martinis, and ooh, this is so good. It definitely has some I would say Bailey's Irish cream in there, but I guess it's probably not Bailey's since we're in France here. Oh my god. That is so good. Both these drinks, you know what would be good? If they combined the two of these. So it was like a frozen hot chocolate coffee slush.
You could easily do that. Just mix it back and forth.
I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna take a sip of this. Yeah, that is really, really good together. Oh my god. Wow. France, you've outdone yourself. I think that is gonna do it for us here today with the food and the beverages. We ended on a good note with those drinks from France. Both were very, very delicious. And some of my other favorites, as always, the Germany booth is fantastic. Every festival of the holidays. I loved the pork, the first thing that we got from the Noche Buena Coina. That was amazing. The apple crumble from the holiday dessert booth. Honestly, I was super impressed with a lot of the food that I tried today. The tostada from Mexico, I almost forgot. There really wasn't anything that I tried today that I didn't like. So I call that a win in my book. And now we are gonna wait till it gets a little bit darker out so we can actually ride Living with the Land. Living with the Land does a special holiday overlay. They decorate the greenhouses, put a bunch of lights in there, and it just looks so beautiful every year. But the trick is you gotta ride it at night because it's even better. So as soon as the sun starts going down, which it is a little, we're gonna head over to the Land Pavilion and catch a ride on Living with the Land. Oh my god, Santa! I know him!
It's ho ho ho.
You smell like beef and cheese.
Nobody's gonna know what that is. Nobody will know.
Yes,
and if they do,
will.
they should definitely put in the comments below. They know what Kristen's referencing.
Guys, I seriously am not even joking. I cannot wait for this. Oh. Wow.
All right, here we go.
There it is.
This is
Brings a tear to my eye, honestly.
not a tear.
It's so beautiful. Seriously.
Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times.
This is so magical. Oh,
The music.
the snowmen,
They're
like,
Sandmen.
are you kidding me?
They're Sandman.
Welcome to our glimmering
Olaf's
greenhouses,
relatives.
where scientists from
I
Epcot
can't.
and the U.S. Department of Agriculture illuminate the wondrous gifts you receive from the land. Join us as we ring in the most bountiful time of the year.
We got tilapia. We got bass. We got hybrid bass.
You might not think of it, but seafood is an
What other kinds of bass?
We got tilapia. Oh, look at the Mickey.
family and friends gather once a year to celebrate.
Look, he's a reindeer. That's so cute. And a Mickey
Citrus,
reindeer.
like the oranges grown here, are common in Florida, but in northern Europe, where fresh fruit is rare in winter, they're much harder to find, making them an extra special stocking stuffer. During Chinese New Year, these vibrant fruits are given as gifts of good fortune.
Well, that was super cozy. Living with the Land on a regular day during the daytime is already one of my favorite rides. It's just so relaxing, and I just love seeing all the stuff that they're growing. But when you add those lights and the Christmas overlay, it is just so beautiful in there. I could honestly ride that attraction over and over and over again, especially during Christmas, and just be so happy. Just turning that corner into that greenhouse is just like it's so beautiful. If you guys get the chance to come to Epcot during Festival of the Holidays, do not skip Living with the Land, and I suggest you ride it at night instead of during the day, because then you see all those lights illuminated and it's just even better. But that is our day here at Epcot today. We've done everything that I wanted to accomplish on the first day of Epcot's Festival of the Holidays. We tried all the food I wanted to try, all the drinks I wanted to try, and then of course we got that ride in on Living with the Land. Before I head out, shout out to some of my Patreon members: Michael, Emily, Mulligan, Lindsay, Ashley, Misty, Paul, Lisa, Barbara, Kara, Angela, Dustin and Nancy, John Paul, Leah, Tracy, Loco, Armando, the Latham Thomas family, Adam and Jen, Wayne, Carol, Karis, Marie, Dante, Shelby, Daniela, Marcel, Erica, Linda, Mike, Christina, Brittany, and the Cal Canes family. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys for watching this. Hopefully you enjoyed my foodie guide to Festival of the Holidays. If you get a chance to come to Epcot during this time, it is amazing. I love being here for Christmas. Festival of the Holidays is a good one. I think it's a pretty underrated festival. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.